This video is kindly sponsored by Squarespace and I'm going to be talking more about them later. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you are new. In today's video we are going to go through the transformation of this bedroom, which is our guest bedroom, and actually you guys designed this room via Instagram, so I have a big thank you to you guys because I absolutely love how it has turned out. But we're going to take it right back to the beginning first, how it was looking like before, all of the decisions that you guys made, the choices that you picked, and then show you the final reveal. This room certainly tested my patience, but let's get into that now. So we actually started work on this room about a year ago when we were having work done in the house to install a new boiler system, and we had to get the room cleared and the floor changed to be able to fit our tank in the corner. So we got rid of all of the wooden wardrobes and the shelving units, and then Ollie started to build out a cupboard space which we actually were going to access from the hallway, and it was just going to be in the corner of this room because, cutting a long story short, this room in the future is going to be a bathroom. But I've got another video as to why we are doing our rooms temporarily, which I will link below. And so work started way back then, but if you are new, I wanted to get you up to speed as to where the room is when we actually started this project to make it into a guest room. And this is what we were left with. So the room actually had to get a little bit worse before it could get better. And these are where the before images start. The first task was to start stripping the wallpaper, and this is when I really began to appreciate the kind of condition that our walls were in. I'm like discovering the weirdest things. For example, I think that this is tiles. So I think if you can see here, the outline of tiles, there's like four at the top and four at the bottom in a row. And it was a little bit smashed, and you can just kind of like see that they're possibly ceramic. I have no idea why that would be there next to the window. And then some of these bits are okay, but then you get to these huge bulges in the wall. These walls are pretty much what I was talking about a second ago with testing my patience. But to save you from hearing my rant throughout this video, I'm just gonna leave it here. But these walls were a nightmare. Good morning, we are on the road and we are in a different car. If you guys don't know, Ollie and I both have Minis, which we picked up when we were living in London. They are not very practical now, but we are on our way to pick up some carpet for the spare room, which I'm going to be making over with you guys. We are praying that it's going to fit out the back here. This is Gramps' car. Thank you, Gramps, for lending it to us again. And it should go out of the window, but we're just driving through the country lanes, so Ollie is being pretty quiet because we're used to Minis. It's a little bit late now and the carpet is in the house. To give you a bit of an idea, this is the colour. It's just a bit of a neutral beige, but it's actually quite nice because it's not on the yellowy tone. And the people that we picked it up from were just putting down a hardwood floor and they wanted to get rid of it, so I snapped it up pretty quickly. And they actually gave us the underlay too. They actually gave us 2 different types, so we have absolutely plenty for the room.
And we'll obviously have to take it back to a rafter. But from the looks of it, I'd say there's a rafter here.
Yeah. We've just been talking about how we're going to board this up. I think we've got a little bit of a plan. We just need to make sure that we have like a seal over the door so that the dust doesn't all get out. And I've actually booked in my parents to come next Sunday, which is quite good because it gives us motivation, it gives us a date to try and hit, and by then we basically need this room to be ready so that we can wallpaper, lining paper it. Fingers crossed today we'll get on with that, and then the rest of the week we can hopefully make sure that it's finished. So Ollie has just sanded down all of the foam, literally with a saw, not sanding. I've been patching out this bit here, but I couldn't reach that corner, so Ollie's doing it. Whilst I mix some more in a bowl that is definitely meant for our kitchen. I've patched it up best I can, but we're definitely gonna need to do an effect over the ceiling, because else all of these joints are gonna be quite noticeable. And I also did that one over there. I mean, it's looking much better than having a great big hole in there, but it doesn't feel that good. I like doing jobs properly, and Ollie's the same. So this kind of, you know, just patching it up and kind of putting a plaster over it for now doesn't sit well for us, but it's what we have to do, and we just need to get used to it. Dad's walking away to not be on camera, so is Ollie. I'm the only one left in the room. They have done such a good job. They have put lining paper up all the way up to here, and now they're just doing the other bit of the room, but it looks so good. Like, I'm a little bit shocked at how good it looks.
Looks like a proper room.
Yeah, it still obviously needs a lot of neatening up and skirting boards and other bits, but I'll leave you in here. It's a little bit of a time lapse. You can see Dad putting up a little bit. I know it's not very nice sound though, and then we'll paint over it. We need to choose a paint. I filled in all of these bits, so yeah, they can finish off this bit over here now, and I think it'll make it look so much brighter and hopefully quite a bit bigger.
Yes, definitely.
We are gonna start work in here now, doing the base for like hopefully the headboard. So that's why we've left this section up over here. We're gonna be putting the paneling in, which is over in the corner of the room, but Ollie's gonna make some kind of structure, aren't you?
Yes.
To basically hold it up. So there is our structure. It's up. Ollie absolutely bashed that out super quickly. It's really steady. And now we just need to get all of the slats over the top. We haven't yet decided something to put on the top here. Maybe just like a skirting, not a skirting, a windowsill piece, wouldn't it be, that we might pop on the top. Then it was time to prep and paint, and for the paint I actually mixed together some neutrals that we had to save on cost. If you're wanting to see more of the process, I actually have a playlist for this room where I went more into detail about all of the choices and also all of the Instagram decisions that you guys made. This process took quite a long time. I ended up painting the ceiling in exactly the same colour just so that it all blended in really nicely. Then I had to prep the woodwork, finalise the top of the headboard and paint it green. This is the green that you guys chose. For the wardrobe, I had a £40 budget and I managed to pick this one up for literally £40. You guys chose to paint it the same colour as the walls, which is what I'm doing here. And then we also utilised what we already had in the room or had in the house. So the radiator went back on, which was there. I just fixed it up and painted it. And then we utilised hand-me-downs or furniture that we already had. This bedside table was from family, also our bed and the chest of drawers and desk we already had. Tonight, Matthew, we're gonna be carpet fitters. Carpet fitters in slippers. Oh dear. Ollie has put the little strips around the floor for the carpet. This may be a bit of a bodge job. But you know, we just need a little bit of carpet down in here, don't we? We can put a nice big rug over it, make it look cute. Now we're gonna get the underlay in here. This is where we've got to with the underlay. So we've put it around the majority of the room because this is the better underlay. The people that we got the carpet from actually gave us two. And as you guys know, where Ollie is stood is where the bed's gonna be, and the bed's gonna take up the majority of this space. So we decided to put the other underlay that isn't so good over there. We'll do that in a second. Ollie has the staple gun because now we need to staple this one down. As you can see, it's moving slightly as we move on it. And then we need to put some tapes across the lines, get the other one in, but it feels good. We ran out of staples So we're turning our attention to some of the electrics instead. Good evening, guys. I got my hair done today, and this evening we are back for round 2 of carpet fitters in the slippers. We have put in the other bit of underlay over there. I have just told Ollie to stop because he was doing the tape and it was noisy. And we're hopefully going to bring in the carpet now and see if we can get that fitted today. We're doing this in our evenings and we are running quite late. It's about 8 o'clock and we don't want to keep our neighbours up too late. So if it's noisy, we may have to stop and pick you up again tomorrow. Well, that didn't go as smoothly as I had hoped. I got very injured in that. I fell down the stairs.
The carpet is big enough, isn't it?
I hope so. The carpet is down and semi-shaped. We've like cut it almost to shape. We still need to, well, we're going to let it settle overnight and then we need to like push it into the corners, make sure that it's onto the grippers, and then we're putting down our skirting board, which should hopefully hold it into place. Also, the bulb arrived today, so we can now turn this one off and on. It's super cozy. We've got the light switch, which has come. It's like a nice matte black one that matches that one there. Bulbs, and then this one for the ceiling light. So everybody picked to have, which I didn't even know it was called, a swag light or something like that. So I found it really difficult, in the UK anyway, to find a pendant fitting without having to make it yourself that was long. And this one is pretty long. And it's quite a nice style actually. Off of Amazon, as always. We had this IKEA, we actually have a few. I have a few different sizes, so if this doesn't work, we might have another size. And I went for white because our ceiling is that terrible popcorn, as you know, effect. And I thought white would just blend it all in. It's 10 to 9, and we're getting there with the skirting board. Ollie's done around here, and he's just getting to the end here. But we're trying to be as quiet as possible, and it's hard. We are just deciding on these shelves. So you may have seen in a video that Ollie picked these up from B&Q, wasn't it? And they have like a, what would you call it?
Like a charity box.
Yes.
Cuts. There's no set price on, but they just have a charity box next to it. So you pick these up for a £5.
All of the things that they basically don't need. So he found these. He got 6 of them, which we won't be using, but they're quite nice. They're quite like nicely.
Well, you won't be using.
Well, okay. Yes, so we've measured how far the desk will come and then possibly like a big Mac. So we want to leave quite a bit of space down here. So we're actually thinking just two shelves now. But we're deciding on how deep to have them, because obviously we've got this nice cutout. We're wondering whether to make them flush or not. But I don't think it'll make that much of a difference because we're going to have the wardrobe here. So you won't necessarily see that they're flush. Do we just go for a little bit of extra space, cut them down to about here? It's still quite a deep shelf though, isn't it? Maybe just go for half then. Half's nearly on it though. It's just a bit out.
Yeah, it's a little bit out from the wall.
I think this is one of those things that it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter. Should we check how big the brackets are?
Yes, good idea. I'm going to do my best to do this with one hand. You may have seen me just brought in this IKEA drawer over by Ollie there. And we had this worktop here from a desk that we had in London. And Ollie's just cut it down because it was much bigger. And I must say, if you're renting or if you're just wanting something temporary, building your own desk with just a bit of wood from B&Q is the perfect solution. They will actually cut it to size for you. That's what we did in London. But now we've been able to bring it here and utilise it for this house too. Ollie is just going to describe it though, because our walls, of course, are not at all straight.
So wonky. So
wonky, but it means that we will be able to fit it perfectly into the space and fit it in kind of a bit more bespoke with those drawers. Ta-da! It's halfway there. So Ollie has cut a hole so that we can put cables in there for a laptop or TV. He's made sure that it's perfectly scribed to the wall, and we also just like rounded off the corner a little bit so that nobody would hurt themselves. This isn't in here properly, I think. Will we move this over a little bit more? And then we'll put one
right to the edge. Back
in the corner there. These are from IKEA, so yeah, it's a pretty easy way of fitting a desk into a space.
Choose.
And just before we get into the final reveal of this room, I wanted to quickly mention today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. As some of you may know, I have been building and designing my website on the Squarespace platform, and I've been having so much fun over the last few weeks kind of tweaking and designing it with all of their templates. If you love the visual look of a website and really want to get involved with it yourself, then Squarespace is the perfect platform. I have no idea how to build a website, but it's just so easy to get involved, tweak and edit anything that you like, put in your own photos and text, and I'll put some visuals on screen here of what mine is looking like at the moment. But I'm hoping to have it finished off in the next few weeks, and hopefully that'll mean that you can finally see some before and after pictures of the house, as well as like links for all of the rooms to make it really easy to search and find things that you're looking for. And if any of you are interested in building and designing your own website, then I have a link which is squarespace.com/Laura, which gives you 10% off your first website or domain, but I'll leave all of the details in the description box below. But a big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this room and making it possible to do this makeover. Now let's show you what it's looking like now. We did it, and I hope that you guys like it as much as we do. We absolutely love it. It's such a warm and inviting room, yet it's really fresh and bright and light, and also it's spacious, so much more spacious than I originally envisioned it to be. And oh my gosh, that green is just perfect. I love it. So thank you so much, guys, for pushing me outside of my comfort zone and picking all of these wonderful choices. It has been so much fun to design this room with you. I hope you guys liked it too. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up because it helps support my channel so much, and subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye.